gems in that older literature. I'm going to go off topic here and just say one more thing. University campuses are a wonderful field, and we ought to be targeting them. And as people have mentioned, one of the best ways to do that is to get a point of contact on the inside. Somebody, if you can't find one in other ways, just find out who's doing crew and go out for coffee with a person. And don't even say what you're about. Just say, what kind of challenges do you face on a college campus? Just ask them to talk to you. Listen. Maybe spend the whole time listening. Eventually, you know what they do? They turn around and they're like, so what about you? What do you do? And then you've been asked, and then you have a chance to say it. So that's one thing. But let me widen the field. Has anybody thought about trying to bring reasonable faith to a nursing home? Because let me tell you, there are people there who are still alert and are so lonely. A dear woman who used to live on our street, we go and visit her every now and again, and they let us stand outside with a window in between us and talk to her on the phone, and that's as close as we can go. She just weeps. She says, I've been so discouraged. There are more people out there than the young and the attractive ones. There are also people who are forgotten. I know a secular philosopher in Washington State who started a reading club of philosophy books with people in a nursing home. It was one of the most popular things they had. Think outside the box. Wow. There are more people out there who need what you have to offer than even college campuses, vital as those are, and they are. But there are more people out there, and they're all made in the image of God. So think a little bit more broadly and see what you can do to reach out in unexpected directions. COVID has made this so hard for all of us. I get that. And we can pray that in some places there will be some loosening of restrictions that will allow us to be there in person. But think outside the box. Think even more widely than you have been thinking. There are enclaves of people who have been forgotten. Try to remember them. That's all I got.
Well, thanks for bringing it today, Tim.
That's great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get confused.
No, you're good.
Oops.
Okay, so I have nothing to say. I don't even know where to go. One of my biggest passions with Tim and with Alan is university campuses. Dr. Craig has mentioned it multiple times in his works that this is the hub of where policymakers, presidents, lawyers, judges, professors, this is where they're trained. This is where critical race theory was boiling before it even took popular expression, right? And there's an element here in which we can, or an objective, let me say it this way. There's an objective here in which we can target that, where we can begin to hit that boiling point and try to confront these ideas before they hit popular expression. One of the things, Tim, that you said just really struck with me is thinking outside the box. And I think thinking outside the box on university campuses is also tremendous. And here is kind of outside that box. We focus on student ministry, right? What about the faculty? What about the faculty? Well, Byron, I mean, come on, these are PhDs. I don't have a master's degree. I worked through the book, Dr. Craig's book, and I answered the questions, and I got a chapter. I'm not going to the PhDs. Fair enough. But here's Here's my solution to that. My solution to that is, what are we as chapter directors? How can we begin to prepare that guy that wants to go to the faculty, but man, he has very little confidence, not in his ability to minister to students, but in his ability to minister to faculty, to talk to the faculty that may show up or that he may run into on campus. So here's a proposed solution I was talking with Tyson about, and talked with Alan as well. If you are interested in creating a robust training program that we can put into the Google Drive, that allows that it's a training program for new chapter directors by chapter directors, right? And it covers the span of apologetics. And we all, in our own, specialization, if your resurrection, contribute on the resurrection. Arguments for the existence of God, contribute there. Arguments concerning evil and dealing with evil, contribute there. Everybody contributing, and we put these together. We give them to Tyson, let him look over, make the necessary edits, but we have it there. So when people come into the chapter and they want to hit the university campuses, they can go in with a confidence of saying, you know what? I stand with my Lord. I stand with my Lord, and it is through him that I speak, but I have done the preparation. I know what I know, and I can defend it because they've been trained by their peers. We've all contributed. It's that becoming a family. It's becoming a team. And if you are, I will put on the Facebook group, I'll put my email address. You can look me up, Byron Guillory, and you can message me, whatever you want to do. If this is something that interests you, I encourage you to contact me or contact Alan or contact Tyson, because we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to bear with our brothers. We have a responsibility to weep with those who weep, rejoice with those who rejoice, and prepare those who are not prepared. One of the to tie this into Scripture, Paul was active in spiritual reproduction with Timothy and with Titus, so much so that he calls them true child of the faith. Now we're in our business is apologetics, right? No, no. Our business is discipleship. Our business is discipleship. It's discipleship with those who come to faith, but it's also discipleship with our brothers. So in 2 Timothy 2:2, Paul's reminding Timothy. He's reminding Timothy of the charge that he's been given, the things that he has learned from the Apostle Paul himself. And he says, I entrust this to you. I entrust what you have heard from me, I entrust it to you. And he's entrusting it to Timothy, but he doesn't leave it there. What does he say? He says that you may Byron paraphrase here, but that you may hand it down to faithful men who will teach others. Brothers, that's what this is about. That's what the community of Reasonable Faith chapters has to be about. That is where our strength comes. Our strength does not come because I am able on my own to stand and defend, but my strength comes in the community of believers that exist within Reasonable Faith Chapters. And we must grow together. Or as Ben Franklin says, if we don't come together, we shall surely hang separately. But there's strength in community. The scriptures are very clear about that. And teaching is fundamental to discipleship. And that is why, if you have the same passion, if you have the same desire, if you want to contribute to this, man, I am excited to receive it. And I really hope that there will be an overwhelming response to this, that we can leave something for future generations. Thanks, guys.
Okay, well that does it for this year's breakfast training. Thank you all for showing up and for contributing. Amazing talks, really exciting stuff going on. I did want to ask those of you who are here today, if you would like, Carrie is recording some very short chapter spotlight videos on each chapter director, just to give your people an idea of who you are and where you're from. I'm sure we'll be able to set that up with people who are not here as well, remotely at some point as well. But I think those would be a great thing to add to our brand new YouTube channel for chapter directors, to give people a heightened awareness that you're in their area and you're ready to provide some apologetics training to your local communities. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you have safe travels back. Love ya.